It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time to do a little bit of sewing chat. I'm Madi with Madi Sews, and thanks for hanging with me. So today's another Friday Sews where I get to share with you all of the things that I've been working on this week, tell you about some of the stuff that I'm planning on making in the upcoming week, and then share a bit about life. And extra bonus, Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, creator and brainchild of Friday Sews, has actually provided a weekly prompt. And so today's question is, what are you purchasing for Black Friday? So I'm going to get into that in a second. Let's just start off with what I've actually been working on this past week. So I actually finished a pair of tights for me. Now you all, I had my hopes and dreams set on knocking off. Did I say knocking off? I mean, I meant making an inspired by pair of pants by a high-end designer. They look really similar though. And actually, it was these Dolce & Gabbana pants that I really wanted to wear for Thanksgiving. And well, you all, I made my own version, but I made it with a yoga waistband for a couple of reasons. One is I wanted to wear it for Thanksgiving and I needed some extra expanding space. But two, well, I kind of made a mistake, and so it necessitated having to do something with a waistband. But I did finish my pants, and here they are. And if you look closely, you can actually see that fun black mesh on the inside. Now, I'll admit, these things are a little itchy. I did not line them, and it really could have benefited from that. So I just wore them with tights yesterday, and they were good. So I'm going to bring you all of the details on how I made these, the oops moments, the make it work moments, and all of that stuff. They actually came together really quickly. And by the way, if you're excited about checking out this disco ball madness that I'm planning on bringing you on Sunday, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so that way it'll notify you when there's a new video that comes up. Whenever you subscribe and engage with my videos, it really does help me out on YouTube. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm actually thinking about wearing those on New Year's Eve again because you know what? Who doesn't want to come as the disco ball, right? It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, I've also been really busy with making more hats. So if you've been following along with me, you know that I've recently gotten into leatherworking and just crafting with leather. And one of the things that I've been really wanting to kind of sharpen is my dyeing skills. I mean, there's a lot of different types of dyes when it comes to leather. You've got your alcohol-based ones, and then you have your water-based, and there's so many different types of dyes, it's ridiculous. So I made another brown hat. I did that. I made this hat. Isn't it beautiful? Now it's really similar to my father-in-law's, and that's another thing that I did. I finished off my father-in-law's because he really needed a sweatband on the inside, and actually I intend on adding sweatbands to all of these. I'm just trying to figure out what the best one would be for my hats. So I did add a sweatband in on his hat, and then on the inside I added one of my labels that says, "You are inspiration's perfect muse." Madi! I also attached my father-in-law's band, but you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that unless people specifically request it, because I want to make bands that are interchangeable. So for this one, I'm going to be making a red band that can be added on, and I think it'll be really cute and actually really kind of festive, right? Yeah, this leather is a little thicker than the leather that I used for this one. I actually prefer the weight of this hat over the weight of this hat. I mean, this heavier one was a beast to sew. My fingers are still sore. It wasn't that difficult with this one, but this one, woo-wee! But it does look really beautiful. Look at the back with all of that stitching on it. And then the top looks really nice. So I have a turquoise one that I'm also making for a wonderful person. And I've dyed all of these fabrics. Oh, that's the back. So you can see the turquoise color there. And I think that's actually going to be really beautiful. And then you can see I actually did cut an extra hat band because I was thinking that I would include a darker blue colored hat band that could go with this one. Now, you all, the reason why I've been really kind of focused in on these hats lately is because I want to open my own leather shop, and one of the things that I want to sell in them are hats. And so I really feel like it's important that I get as much practice in as I can. I'd like to launch next year. Someone was actually generous enough to allow me to make them a hat in this really fun pink color. And I was thinking that I would actually make an extra hat band in this purple for her as well. And I'm really looking forward to it. I have to punch the holes in the pattern pieces. And actually, let me show you what these pattern pieces look like, because this entire thing gets sewn by hand. Here's one of the pattern pieces to the hat, and I have it taped onto my leather here. So what I'm going to do next is punch all of these little holes, and I punch them out with a little hole puncher individually, and then I will dye all of the fabric to this really fun pink color. And did I just call it fabric? I meant leather. I have to admit, I really enjoy dyeing the leather. It feels like such a different type of creative process. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels weird being back at the beginner stage of something, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So now let's talk about some of the things that I'm planning on working on this upcoming week. So you all, it is cold. It is cold, 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 and I need some toppers. So I was thinking that I would like to make this pattern, which is Butterick 5251. And actually, I'll insert a picture here because I lost the envelope. I want to make view B, which is this longer view here with the slant pockets and the shorter sleeves. It has this really fun, I think that's called a shawl neck. I'm not sure, that shawl collar, but I think it is really cute, and it might actually be something that I'll reach for. So wish me luck on this one. I'm just going to make it in a basic black so that way it can coordinate with everything. So also on my list of things to make is a little tiny kind of convertible bag that you can either use as like a little waist bag or as a little crossbody. Lots of zippers, storage, and stuff like that. So I want to try that pattern out and tell you guys all about it. And then I want to get started on a pair of pants. Now, December is right around the corner, and I'm supposed to return back to work in January. They had postponed the come back to work date. So I want to start building up my wardrobe. I would like to actually add another 3 pair of pants and 5 tops to my wardrobe for work. So that is going to be my kind of like plan of things to sew throughout December. Now, I'm also going to be doing Vlogmas in December, which actually starts on Wednesday. And so my whole thought about that was that I would bring you all along on kind of like what I go through in a day. And in December, I'm really going to try to focus in on a bit of self-care every day. Self-care is so important, especially around the holidays, because it can get really hectic. You're doing everything under the moon and back, right? And you forget to kind of treat yourself with kindness. And so that's what I'm hoping to share with you all, how I'm going to be doing that, and hope to maybe even inspire you all to do a little bit of that as well. I do have some gifts to make for other people, so we'll be doing that too. Jen's question of the week is, what are you buying for Black Friday? Which is actually today. Black Friday is like the big shopping day after Thanksgiving in the United States. And well, for me, honestly, I've bought leather and more crafting tools. I need to build up the tools that I have to work with leather. So that's actually what I bought. Nothing really exciting. But 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 I am actually shopping for a laser engraver because I have some really cool plans for that. So I think my husband's going to get me one for Christmas, so I want to hurry up and do a bunch of research, see if any are on sale today for Black Friday, and then I'm going to make that happen. Hopefully he'll make that happen. He'll have to make that happen. Now for the life bit. So life-wise, we're still kind of getting acclimated to not having grandma around. And my dog is not doing very well. We don't know what's wrong with her, but she's losing weight really rapidly. Nothing is coming up in the blood tests, and I mean she's hungry all the time, which, of course she's hungry all the time. She's losing a lot of weight. Like, I have no idea what's going on with her. Now, she is an older dog. She's 14 years old, and she's large. She's some kind of, like, Doberman lab mix, we're thinking. We got her when she was about 2 years old. She's 14 now, and I unfortunately don't think she has much longer with us, which is a shame because she's the most amazing dog I've ever had. Really sweet, just really, really sweet. She followed orders well, sat down, knew borders and limitations. If you told her to get out the kitchen, she would sit right outside the kitchen and just watch you cook and hope that you call her over to, do a little something something if something fell on the floor. She's such a good dog. And so when she does pass, it's gonna be really sad, actually. On a happier note, my kid is really into hamsters. I mean, he watches hamster and guinea pig videos all day long. So for Christmas, I'm actually planning on getting him a hamster. I've ordered all of the cage supplies and things like that, and I think I'm gonna house it in my sewing studio here because I don't trust him not to open up the cage and let it out in the middle of the night, and then we'll be hamsterless. I do have a cat who's not the nicest cat. So we're going to have to keep him kind of in an area where the cat is not allowed, which is going to be my sewing studio. But I think my kid is just going to lose it over the hamster. He has no idea that it's coming. And I wish you could just see how many hours he logs on YouTube watching hamster videos. It's quite ridiculous, actually. It makes me feel like I'm a bad parent. But times are busy. So don't forget to hang with me on Sunday because I'm going to be bringing you all of the disco ball goodness. And if you enjoyed this video, you may want to check out this Fridaysews video right over here. And until next time, I sincerely hope that you find joy and have a wonderful day.